Elysia stood at the helm of her ship, the Wind Rider, gazing at the horizon as waves crashed against the sides. A storm brewed in the distance, but she was no stranger to rough seas. In her hands, she held a worn map, its corners tattered and its ink faded with time. The map, discovered in an old library of a forgotten kingdom, pointed to the heart of the cliffs of Stormhaven, an ancient stronghold that harbored the legendary crystal of weather control. But the map was just the beginning of her journey. Elysia wasn't alone in this journey. Her closest companions were always by her side. Finn, the ship's navigator and an expert in ancient lore, Kala, a skilled thief with a past as shadowy as the night, and Thorin, a former pirate with a heart of gold but hands skilled with a sword. Together, they would brave the dangerous waters, but none of them could predict what awaited them on the cliffs of Stormhaven. As they neared the cliffs, the storm intensified. Lightning forked through the sky, and the waves threatened to tear the Wind Rider apart. But Elysia, her heart racing, ordered her crew to push onward. The ancient map had shown her a secret entrance hidden within the cliffs, accessible only during the fiercest of storms. The storm wasn't their enemy, it was their key to finding the crystal. Just as the Wind Rider docked in a cove beneath the cliffs, another ship appeared on the horizon, the Black Tide, captained by the notorious treasure hunter, Varek. He had long been a rival of Elysia, and now he too sought the crystal. Varek's ship cut through the storm like a beast, its black sails billowing like the wings of a raven. Elysia's pulse quickened as she realized that time was no longer on her side. Inside the cliffs, the air was cold and damp, and the sound of crashing waves echoed through the tunnels. The walls were covered in ancient carvings, telling the story of the sea guardians who once protected the crystal. As Elysia and her crew ventured deeper, they encountered strange, glowing sea creatures and treacherous traps set by the ancient guardians. Every step brought them closer to the crystal, but also closer to danger. Just as they reached the inner sanctum, where the crystal hovered on a pedestal of stone, they were ambushed by a figure cloaked in darkness. This was Asher, the sorcerer who had long sought the crystal for his own. His eyes glowed with an unnatural light, and as he raised his staff, the storm outside intensified. Elysia and her crew prepared for battle, knowing that if Asher succeeded, the world would be plunged into eternal storm. Do you think they can save the world? Comment if you want part 2 of this story.